What would a challenge or mystery look like if you made a corrupt bank in a game?
So a lot depends on the setting, obviously. I mean, the Knights Templar essentially invented banks. So you can look at what happened to them as a bunch of adventure seeds. And people still think that, you know, the Knights Templar persist and are behind conspiracies and things today. Or you can look at groups like the Rothschilds, or people have a lot of suspicions and conspiracy theories about all manner of people who happen to operate banks or in the banking sector. So there's plenty of inspiration in the real world. Now, a corrupt bank is somewhere where people store a lot of wealth, so that wealth gives the bank power, as it can lend that out to people or use it as leverage. They may use that fiscal power to corrupt politics around them, to exert influence and so on. When wealthy patrons die, if they leave no will or anything, the bank may well be the executor of the estate. And if the bank has all the records of how much money that individual person held with them, well, who's to gainsay them if they write the number down a little bit and keep the excess? Banks are often used to store important things like magical artifacts and so on. Maybe they stage robberies of their own place if there's something particularly powerful or important that's in there. Basically, bankers are useful as, well, as the bank. You know, they can bankroll stuff. they can pay for it. They can become movers and shakers. In fantasy worlds, you know, banks and merchant castes, things like that, they're usually starting to usurp monarchies and the church in terms of power, because money essentially is power. You know, it buys people's time, it buys people's effort, and you know, the noble caste may well be using banks themselves, and so they are at least somewhat beholden to them, and so that sets banks against other forces in the world, perhaps. Again, see the Knights Templar. So I think it's just a matter of applying the power that we know money has through the banks, through the bankers, using and abusing their assumed level of trust and security to distort what's going on around them. Maybe the bank, in whatever setting, is in fairly tight control from a single corrupt individual who is trying to reshape the land in their own way. And if people are coming to them and withdrawing money for a certain purpose, they might have intelligence about what that purpose is, or if they're providing loans, the bank is going to be in the know and, you know, may be able to use that as leverage or gain advantage from it. You know, money does everything, even in fantasy worlds. It is a measure of exerted power. Yeah, it buys time, buys effort, it provides payroll to armies, it funds construction projects. So a corrupt bank is a great way to have a wide-spanning conspiracy that can have tentacles in absolutely anything. Which should make us wary of banks in real life, even though I'm not implying anything. Please don't sue me.